Coaches, consultants, and agency owners, listen up. Are you using HoneyBook to operate and grow your business? From inquiry to booking to sales, HoneyBook is a valuable tool you need in your toolkit. Hey there, my name is Christy. I am the CEO and founder of DaSilva Life, where we are a systems and consulting agency that focus on HoneyBook and ClickUp setups to really help you streamline, organize, and grow your business. I'm a certified HoneyBook Pro, so I'm so excited to go through this video with you because we are also a consulting agency. And we get so many times when people come in, they're like, I'm a consulting agency, I'm a coach, and I'm not sure if HoneyBook is the right fit because of XYZ. And I'm able to guide them through and show them how HoneyBook can really help them grow and scale their business. So in this video, I just want to give a couple helpful tips on how you can use HoneyBook for your coaching or consulting business, how you can use it as an agency if you have a team, and I'm actually going to break down a real life example of how we did this for one of our past agency clients. With that, let's dive in. So let's clear the air for a second. A lot of times when people come to us and they are interested in a custom HoneyBook setup, or they're really just asking for our opinion on whether HoneyBook is the right fit for them, a lot of people assume that HoneyBook is for smaller businesses, for solopreneurs, for people in the events industry, like photographers, etc. And that's because HoneyBook was kind of branded towards that way in the past. HoneyBook is still an amazing fit for all of those industries and businesses, but you absolutely can use it if you are a coach or consultant. And we are a consulting agency, so I want to show you firsthand how we use HoneyBook and then talk about some of the amazing features that really help, especially if you're an agency with a team, and then also show you inside one of our client builds that they are a high-level marketing agency. Okay, so let's start with automations and talk about that first. So for example, we are an agency, right? We focus on HoneyBook setup and ClickUp setups. We also do one-on-one strategy sessions and then have courses as well. But for our agency side, where there's a whole team behind me, an incredible team who helps us bring these projects to life, let's use HoneyBook setups as an example. So the really cool thing about HoneyBook, especially when you bring your team on board, we'll get to the team portion in a second, is that you can have this kind of handoff, right? So if I come into tools, my templates, and then I show you in the contact form, so myself, CEO, and my husband, COO, Jefferson, we want to be the recipient of every single lead. We don't have to bring the team on board until that project has actually been booked. So what we have is on our default contact form and any other contact forms, in the settings section, we have that the incoming project owner for each lead is me, and then Jefferson is the workspace participant. So anytime a lead comes in, we're both notified, we're both on the project portal and getting all that communication. So what happens when that lead comes in is it's automatically going to send our HoneyBook services brochure with the things for inquiring. HoneyBook could be game changing for you. Go ahead and schedule a consultation, read through the brochure, make sure it's a good fit, it's within your budget, etc. Now, the cool thing about this as well is, number one, your systems are ever changing, right? You might set something up and hit it and it works and it converts and that's awesome. Or it's very, very common that you set something up, it's a little bit of trial and error, you see how it works, and then you can always tweak things. So for example, we used to have this different. We used to have an autoresponder that was like, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'll be in touch within 48 hours. And then I would pre-qualify the lead, see if they were a good fit, and then decide to offer them a call. Well, what I found was I wasn't giving them the information that they wanted fast enough, especially being on a directory of other consultants. They're probably inquiring with multiple different people, and if they get someone else and get their scheduler or get a brochure and get more information, it's more likely that they're going to go with them. And that's actually a proven statistic, is people book the business that gets back to them the the fastest. I think it's like 80% or something crazy like that. So we decided to switch things up, and we have definitely see a higher conversion in people booking sales calls. And also what's great about this is we send our services brochure, which has all the payment information, everything. So they are able to see and pre-qualify themselves and be like, okay, that's actually out of budget. So I'm going to go ahead and not book a sales call, right? So we automatically send this service brochure. Then if they do not end up booking a call, we have a series of 3 follow-up emails. One is 24 hours later, one is 3 days after that, and one is 7 days after that. So like a 10-day follow-up sequence total when they're hot. And then after that, we will go ahead and move them to a 3-month follow-up, because sometimes, especially when you're on a directory, people will inquire with a bunch of people, see pricing, think about it, and then kind of forget about it if it's not like super urgent in their brain. So that's where we want to follow up one more time in 3 months, just to be like, hey, did you get that HoneyBook help you needed? Here are a couple other resources from us. But if they do end up booking their consultation call, it will move this to booked call, and then we will go ahead and delete the automation, because then we get on the call and we start the booking process. Okay, so what does the booking process look like? If I go into booking, I will apply this after I go ahead and send the proposal. Again, at this point, only Jeff and I are on the portal, because my team does not need to be inundated with this whole sales process until they actually book, and now my team needs to get involved. So we have proposal follow-ups the same way that we do for the lead follow-ups. If we send the proposal, don't hear back from them, we're just nurturing them until we're like, okay, it is a dead lead, let's archive them. But if they do go ahead and make the first payment, we want to give them that immediate gratification, like, okay, we got your payment, thanks so much. So then we communicate next steps. We're so excited to personally welcome you. In the next 48 business hours, we'll send off everything you need, etc., etc. Then you'll see where we use HoneyBook tasks to now bring the team involved. So I'll go ahead and reassign this project to our project manager, Andrea, and then add myself back to the project. And then after that, she takes it away. Now, the reason that I reassign her to the project, and let me show you what that looks like. Okay, here you could see it's me, John Smith, and Jeff in here. If John Smith ended up booking and we want to go ahead and have our team member Andrea on this project, we then click the 3 dots, do assign to team member, add Andrea, and then click done. That way, now all of these tasks are going to be assigned to her. And when she's sending out these emails, the onboarding, the check-ins, the delivering of final training, they're coming from her. So you'll see we have a few tasks in here. We also then will set up everything in our project management tool, Andrea will. And so you could see as soon as this client books, now we use the team feature to bring in our team and start this process. So then Andrea will go ahead, prep the onboarding information and send over that. It'll then move to implementation after the kickoff call ends. And then we have other templated emails for sending assets and stuff like that aren't in this automation because they have to be sent. They're not always going to be exactly 2 weeks, 7 days, etc. So Andrea will go in, grab that template, send it over once we have the asset for the client to review. Okay, so let's take a look as well at the HoneyBook Teams feature. So if you go into your company settings and then you go to team, you'll be able to invite different team members and then choose roles. If you click on the roles, you'll see all of the different things that they can do, and then be able to choose what permissions that you want to give them. So Teams feature is great for, obviously you could see how we collaborate with our team members in our projects. It's also awesome because if you go to the pipeline, you can see each individual team member's pipelines. You can also have unique schedulers for each team member as well. And then also be able to add them to project portals like I mentioned before, where they'll be receiving all of the communication and access to that portal, so they don't have to use your login or be CC'd on every email. It's all going to be automatically done. Okay, so I hope that brings light to how you can use this as a consultant, as an agency with a team. Now, what about coaches? So as you can see, the flow could be very similar. You could just not have your team involved if you don't have a team and it's only you. But another amazing thing about HoneyBook is if you use a lead form, say you're a coach and you have paid strategy sessions or coaching sessions, what you could do is create a lead form where you could put, okay, this is the person's name, email, what would you like to focus on? They then choose their session date, and then they can pay and book that session in one swoop. So you can see if I share this, these are via public links, and then the client can just go ahead, see what's available, book their session, and pay for it. So those are a couple different ways that you can use this for coaches and for consultants. Now what I actually want to do is show you inside one of our client builds so you can see how we did this not only for ourselves, but for one of our clients that is a marketing agency. Do not be alarmed, my hair is a different color because I recorded this video at another date. This snippet is actually a snippet from their testimonial video, which I will go ahead and link in the description if you want to see the whole blog post and the whole testimonial video of what Jackson said about working with DL. I want to actually show you inside some of the assets that we created for Jackson and the Grafted team. I did get permission to show these, don't worry, but I think it is just such a great insight into what we actually cover during these projects so you can see what you're actually getting from this investment. So Jackson said that they felt like everything was very manual. They were recreating the wheel every time, and they could be using HoneyBook in an easier and more streamlined way, which was exactly the truth. So here is the custom automation that we built for Jackson and the Grafted team. You could see this is one entire workflow for inquiry and booking, starting with when someone fills out the contact form, they'll get this automated thanks for reaching out email. Then Jackson will be able to invite them to a clarity call, follow up with them if they never ended up booking. We actually have 2 follow-ups here, all the way going through inviting them to the next step, their strategy SOW call, sending their contract and MSA agreement, following up after that, and then welcoming them to the Grafted team. So before having this kickoff call with Jackson, did I know any of this process? No, but we uncovered this all together on our kickoff call. During our kickoff call, we actually work out of this main document where we go through and you could see this is the notes that we took on the call. We then send all of the assets to our team, our copywriter, Latasha, and our graphic designer, Nina, who then bring all of this to life. So I'm the chief strategist. I lead these kickoff calls. We build your client flow together, and then our amazing team builds it all out in HoneyBook. So you could see these emails and these drafts came to life in the email section. You could see we not only just build everything, we also organize it and make sure you have a clean and clutter-free HoneyBook. So you could see here are the canned emails that we crafted for Jackson and the Grafted team. And then I just want to show you one more asset. So you could see we built some smart file templates in here in active templates. And then we also built a lead form. So depending on your client flow, we will absolutely suggest which type of asset, whether it's a lead form, a brochure, a proposal, will fit best into your client flow and give your client the most seamless experience. So you could see this is for their paid strategy blueprint. This they send after their discovery call, their clarity call, if they are going to have a strategy blueprint before they start working together. It has the strategy blueprint call scheduler linked in here. And then this is actually a public link where they can share this with anyone that is considering working with Grafted, and they'll be able to fill in their information and then move forward with invoice and payment all with the click of a button, one link that they have to send to their client. So you can see we also create custom banners and thumbnails, use your branding, and make sure everything fits your unique brand, your voice, all the colors, everything like that. So this is just a snippet into a portion of what we built for Jackson, and I hope this brings clarity to what builds we have done for different agencies as well. So I hope that video was helpful for you and brought light to how you can use HoneyBook to grow and scale and optimize your inquiry, sales, and onboarding process. So this is just a couple use case examples, but if you want even more in-depth tutorials on how you can use HoneyBook for your business, go ahead and check out our on-demand webinar, Unlock the Potential of HoneyBook. This is where I go through in a 60-minute webinar how you can use HoneyBook in different ways so you can really visualize the power that it has for your business. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description if you want to go ahead and sign up for that on-demand webinar. And with that, if you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss any of the HoneyBook tutorials coming down the pipeline. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.